Green 18. Green 19.
Fournette, the running back. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Brady to throw. Throws a deep pass downfield. And Scotty Miller in the open. Makes the catch. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Rodgers fires quickly. End zone is caught for the touchdown by Allen Lazard. First and goal for the 5. Brady. Evans. Did he catch it? Yes, sir. Touchdown. Rodgers spins to his left. Comes underneath, and the pass is incomplete, out of bounds. Now they say complete. 3rd and 1. Rodgers play action. Look to the end zone. Rainbow Jordy Nelson. He's got it. Touchdown.
Mahomes looking under pressure. Throws the ball upfield. It is knocked away at the 50-yard line. Intercepted. Picked off a deflection.
All right, but enough about our.
Well, anyway.
Enough about our bullshit with our past lives.
Enough about us being losers. All right, what's up, everybody? It is Draz and SDS here for episode 33 of the podcast of Battle of the Bay.
Yeah.
And we are here to do record predictions for 2 divisions. And what were you going to say, SDS?
Yeah, full disclaimer. This is our second time recording the podcast because I'm an idiot. For whatever reason, his audio did not get picked up in Streamlabs, even though I heard it clearly and it originally was getting picked up in his little thing for the webcam.
Yeah, but we hopefully got it fixed, right? You see my little
yeah, I see your little dudes going up and down in Discord. And also,
well, not in Discord. It's got to be on Streamlabs.
Whatever. I see lines going up and down whenever you talk. But also take a look around. We got some nice overlays now.
Yeah, baby.
About $18 well spent. As far as the background's concerned, we might do something else, but this is a placeholder for now. But that's all stuff that can be changed in the future, and who knows? Maybe we'll get a proper background too. Besides just the swirling from my outro.
And before we start with it's the AFC
East and West.
And AFC West. I said last podcast the Texans went 9-8. And the Titans went 5-12. I guess somewhere my dumbass clicked, and did something because I have them 10-7 and 6-11.
Yeah,
I don't know. We literally consulted the archives.
We went back to last week's
everything
episode.
I say points to 10-7 and 6-11.
Yeah, we went back to last week's episode and just it didn't match up from what he had screenshotted and what he said.
I don't know. I'm just an idiot, I guess.
Either way, it got fixed.
It works now.
Yeah, either way, it got fixed.
Now.
It works. And in the future, we will be able to be more accurate as far as
I have 3 teams that are 10-7.
Yeah,
3 teams that are 10.
Yeah, that seems to be the magic number for you. But we got to move on. So, starting with the AFC East, we got the Buffalo Bills. Now,
right.
They're kind of that weird team. Like, you don't like.
I think they're the most complete team in the NFL this year.
They are. As long as you got Josh Allen, you're fine. You're golden. Nothing can really go wrong besides losing to the Chiefs in the playoffs.
I don't think the Chiefs are going to do much in the playoffs this year. I think they're a first-round exit.
They should have been a first-round exit the past 2 years, but each time they bullshit to a Super Bowl.
But we did get the glorious Eagles-Chiefs Super Bowl.
Yeah, the NFL's therapy session.
NFL therapy.
But
all right.
Starting off week 1, I already have them pegged. Starting off week 1, I already have them pegged for a win against the Raiders. Or not the Raiders, the Ravens. Different team.
I don't know what week 1.
Different team that starts with an RNA.
Yeah, so I have them winning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have them going 6-0 to the bye.
Honestly,
actually,
that's valid.
The Falcons aren't going to beat them. The Patriots aren't going to beat them. The Saints aren't going to beat them. The Dolphins.
If the Saints beat them, I will literally just
in the cold.
If the Saints beat them, I will laugh. Actually, Because the Saints are going to be those teams where I expect literally nothing besides maybe 5 wins at most.
I hate to be this high on them, like on the Buffalo Bills, because I mean,
if there's any team that gives me the feelings that they might go undefeated, it would be Buffalo. Because they only got better from last year.
The thing is, though, is last year everybody thought I was crazy because I had the Eagles going 15-1, and I was like one off. I was like one or two games off. Yeah, I don't go 15-2, and I was like one game off, and they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and so everybody was making fun of me for the Bucs going 12-5, albeit that didn't happen. But I was only 2 games off, and half of our receiver cast and our secondary got hurt. So, what could have been?
All right, Soapbox McGee.
Anyways.
All right, so I have the Bills actually straight going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9-0 before they lose.
Yeah, because something always happens in Miami. But so far, I agree with you. Like 9 straight wins, and then Miami ruins their day.
I actually have them beating Miami. I was including the bye, so I was going to week 10.
Oh.
I have the team knocking off the Bills' undefeated season being the Buccaneers.
Oh, for fuck's sake. You know, even I can't do that, okay? I can't do that.
You gotta give some mulligans in here, dude, because I already have a lot of these games picked because we just went through and
either way, I can't do the Bucs beating the Bills. Like the last time we played the Bills, we would have won if Chris Godwin was able to see the ball coming down in the Hail Mary.
Remember, I picked your team better than you picked yours for the pick'ems last year.
Oh, gee, I wonder why. It's not like you were a fucking curse.
I had the Falcons beat them twice.
Every time we split, you were right, and I got no idea why.
Oh, because it was funny. That's why.
I know it's funny, but it made my life hell whenever we got swept by Kirk Cringe.
In like the most brutal fashion, too.
If he played the Bucs all 17 games, he would have had a Hall of Fame career.
He would have had the best season of all time. All right, so I have Buccaneers upsetting them, but I have them winning 5 straight after that.
I do have them losing against the Texans, but then they win against the Pittsburgh Steelers, they win against the Bills, they win against New England, win against the Browns, and then we get to Week 17, which is probably going to be the most heavyweight matchup here.
Oh yeah, and I have the Eagles coming out on top.
Yeah, I'm sorry to say it, but they do. And then just to round things out, they beat the Jets Week 18.
Yep.
Meaning,
so
the Bills
I have them 15-2.
The Bills are 14-3 for me, so I got an extra loss. But either way, both our records are pretty realistic.
And I have an extra win. I have extra win from our previous recording. But it makes it 15-2, 14-3. I'd see both of them. Either one. I think they're just the best team in the AFC this year.
Like
I really hope.
Like we'll find out when we get to the AFC, but when we get to the rest of the divisions, because after this we can just do the playoffs if we wanted to. Albeit I would have to adjust the screen recording of the records. But moving on. So we got the Buffalo.
Here. While we're going through, so I don't forget to do it, I'm doing screenshots because this fucking website sucks.
Like it saves for me, but not for you, and I don't know why.
So I'm having to manually save every single one of my picks. All right.
But okay, so we're doing this by city name,
Dolphins.
team name again.
Team name.
Team name.
We're
so
going Dolphins.
All right.
And the Dolphins I already have picked to be 0-7.
They're 4-3 for me.
Really, we have drastically different opinions on this team.
All right, so New England always ends up losing to them somehow, but it's usually at home. So I'll have them winning Week 2. They win against the Jets Week 4. Carolina beats them in Week 5. Los Angeles beats them Week 6.
Same.
Falcons beat them Week 8.
I'm gonna have them beat the Dirty Birds. I'm not very high on the Dirty Birds.
Neither am I. I got to give them a mulligan too.
I'm gonna have. We already have the next 3 games picked, so I'm gonna have the Commanders beat the Dolphins.
I agree with that. I also have the Dolphins beating the Saints. The Jets steal one against the Dolphins. Tampa beats them week 17. And
I'm gonna
New
have the
England.
Dolphins sweep the Jets.
Okay.
It's fucking Justin Fields.
It is Justin Fields. But even Justin Fields is capable of winning some games.
I'm gonna have Bucks beat the Dolphins, and then
I'll
the
have New England split the
Patriots-
series.
Yep, same.
That means scrolling up, I got the Dolphins at 7-10.
And the Dolphins are going 5-12, bro.
Jesus Christ. That's you know
No
that
faith
that's
at
criminal
all.
and you know it.
No faith at all, dude. All it takes is one concussion, dude, and 5-12's looking real.
One concussion
fucking...
and we see Tua's brain leak
One
out of his
hit.
ear.
One hit from any defensive lineman on Tua, and 5-12's looking generous.
Yeah. All right, Jets. They already start. They start 1-1 for me, and then they're going to start 1-4 actually, because I got the Jets beating them week 3, or the Jets losing to the Bucks week 3.
I have them starting 0-4. Make that 0-5. Make that 0-6.
0-6.
Make that
0-7.
0-7.
Yeah, they only have one win, and it's week 1 against Pittsburgh. Against Pittsburgh.
If they could lose in the bye this year,
They start for me. They start 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They start 1-8 for me. They will win one against the Patriots.
Same. I'm gonna have them win away at the Patriots in week 11.
I'll also say they'll win against the Falcons, but then they lose no
I'm
other
gonna say
game.
too.
Then they win no other games for the rest of the year.
I'm gonna have them steal against the Saints.
Week 16 they lose to the Jets. Week 16 they lose to the Saints. Week 17 they lose to the Patriots. Meaning I got the Jets at 4-13.
I have the Jets at 4-13 and the Dolphins at 5-12.
Wow, you just really hate the AFC East.
What is there to like about the AFC East, to be honest? And the thing is,
besides the Bills,
the best
nothing.
season that a quarterback has had.
Actually, I can name one thing I like about any AFC East team right now.
The Jets' defense is good.
No, I was about to say, in Miami, there's a cornerback named Storm Duck. That's the one positive.
Okay, so real quick tangent. The best season a quarterback has ever had with the Jets, or almost ever had, at least the best season they've had in 25 years, they get rid of the quarterback, even though he was one season removed from an Achilles tear.
No, Draz,
and replace him with Justin Fields.
About to say, Draz, I will actually counteract this. The best season a Jets quarterback has had in the past 25 years was whenever Ryan Fitzpatrick was there in 2016. They almost got into the playoffs, and Ryan Fitzpatrick had a career year. And he also gave us the best
touchdown to interception ratio.
It was like 20-something to like maybe 12.
Rodgers was like 28-14.
Oh, by the way, they only missed out on the playoffs because of tiebreaker.
Dude,
and they also gave the Patriots. They also gave the Jets their first win over the Patriots in forever.
How are the fucking Patriots going to be over the Dolphins and the Jets in this division for me?
I don't know.
I mean, I actually see it though. I
can't see it. Like if Drake May actually has his Josh Allen arc, but I don't think it's going to happen.
All right,
but
so
on week 1, Raiders win.
Our Patriots. Raiders are going to win.
Week 4,
and then I have them losing.
Wait.
I have them beating the Steelers. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
No, I have them beating the Steelers too. I also have them winning against Carolina, so they start actually
Yep.
They actually start 2-2 for me.
Yep.
They lose to the Bills.
Then I'm gonna.
They win
to beat the Saints. Too.
They win against the Saints. They drop to the Titans. For me, the Browns steal one.
Browns.
They win against the Falcons as is tradition. They lose to the Bucks.
It's the Bucks.
They drop one to the Jets and one to the Bengals.
Yep, and then I'm gonna have them beat the Giants.
And that's it. I have them going 7-10.
They lose out. 8-9.
Man,
what?
I don't mind that actually.
hot take. Vrabel on the Patriots, 8-9.
Mike Vrabel on the Patriots, 8-9 seems to be in line with it.
That seems actually like doable.
We've seen what Mike Vrabel can do when he gets into the playoffs at a 9-7 record. Then again, he did have King Henry to ride on, so.
You know what? Shocking take. I was surprised. I knew the Patriots would be higher than I expected because of how bad the other people in this division have been rated. But I all of a sudden don't hate the take. Like I thought the take would look worse, but it doesn't.
I'm screenshotting my thing. I have the current first place in AFC East. We got the Bills at 14-3 with a 5-1 division record. Second place.
We have to do Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos, Raiders next.
No, I'm doing the AFC East. I'm not doing the entire AFC. You did this last time.
I didn't. For whatever reason, I keep losing the second part of it. I just hear AFC.
But AFC East, first place we got the Bills at 14-3 with a 5-1 division record. Second place I got the Dolphins, 7-10 with a 3-3 division record. Third place I got the Patriots, also 7-10 with a 2-4 division record. And last I got the Jets at 14-3 with a 2-4 division record.
14-3, 4-13. You mean?
Wait, did I say 13-4?
Yeah, you did. You said
God forbid that happens. But 4-13 with a 2-4 division record.
All right, I have the Bills at 15-2 with a 6-0 division record. So that's the second team I have undefeated in their division. I have the Patriots going 8-9 with 2-4 in their division. I have the Dolphins going 5-12, 3-3 in the division. And the Jets going 4-13, 1-5 in the division. If I'm right about this, it would be the fucking craziest.
Well, we got 100 days to go. We got 100 days to go into the football season, so we'll see. All right.
The craziest shit.
AFC West, Broncos. They're already 2-4 for me. And I'll tell you the truth,
for me.
As long as Sean Payton's their coach, I want them to fail in everything they do. And with Bo Picks back there, and the fact that they were scheduled members last year and their schedule only got a little bit worse, I don't think they do anything that they're hoping.
All right, here I'm gonna hit you with my takes to the bye real quick, and you're gonna tell me if you agree.
Their bye week is week 12. That's brutal.
They're going to lose to Tennessee.
I have that down already. Yep.
Beat the Colts.
Yep.
Lose to the Chargers.
Sounds about right.
Beat the Bengals.
No, I have them
lose
losing
to
the
the
Bengals.
Eagles.
Lose to the Eagles. Yep.
Beat the Jets.
Yeah.
Beat the Giants.
Yep.
Lose to the Cowboys.
Yep. I have them losing to Houston.
Yeah, they're gonna lose to Houston. They're gonna beat the Raiders.
I have them losing to the Raiders, and I have
the
them
Chiefs.
I have them losing to the Raiders and losing to the Chiefs.
So we only disagree on like 2 of them. Okay, well,
they're still 3-9 for me. But after the bye week, lose to Washington. Raiders sweep them. Packers win. Jags win.
I'm gonna have them beat the Raiders. Packers win.
They finally get a little bit of revenge against the Chiefs week 17, and then they'll split the series against the Chargers because what's the NFL season without a little chargering? I have them at 5-12. Could be a lot worse. They could be 0-17.
I'm going to have them shock the world and sweep the Chiefs.
If there's any God on this earth, they better be the AFC East, the AFC West better sweep the Chiefs. If there's any, actually no, because you know what's going to happen? They're going to go 11-6 and only lose their division. Because that's always how it worked with the Chiefs, with their freaking devil magic. You could get to the playoffs, but you got to lose to your entire division.
Well, the Broncos are going to sweep them. And they're going to go 9-8.
So
I think that's fair because they made the playoffs last year. I think at 10-7. I feel like 9-8.
I think it was 9-8. Let me check.
It was 9-8 or 10-7. I don't see much room for improvement unless.
Okay, yeah, it was 10-7, and they only got in because they only got in because the Chiefs rested their starters, and they didn't want to play the Bengals.
All right. Next, we have the Chargers, who are already 7-1.
Yeah, they're 7-1 for me right now, but I don't like that. Like, that doesn't feel right. But week 1,
Yeah,
they lose to the Chiefs.
Yep.
Week 2, they lose to the Raiders.
Really?
But then
I'm
they
gonna
go
have them
and
beat the Raiders.
then they go on a 2-game win streak, lose to the
Agreed.
Commies. Then they start
the
going on
Commies.
a win streak again. Win against the Dolphins, win against Indy, win against the Vikings, win against the Titans in
Agreed.
Pittsburgh, and win against the Jags.
Yep.
They'll win against
Yep.
the Raiders, lose against the Eagles,
I'll have the Raiders steal one.
win against the
Lose against the
Chiefs,
Eagles.
and then win against the Dallas Cowboys. Meaning,
I'm gonna have the Chiefs sweep them.
Okay.
I'm gonna have the Chiefs sweep them, and then I'm gonna have them beat the. I'm gonna have them beat the Cowboys.
All right. That means for me,
Did we sped run them?
yeah, we did speed run the Chargers. We all know we all know what's going to happen anyways when they get to the playoffs. But they're 11-6 for me.
I have them 11-6, 2-4 in the division.
Wow. I have them 11-6, and where'd they go? 2-4. God damn it!
Oh fuck!
All right, so we got the Chiefs now. God's freaking chosen team, as it would seem.
Give it a second.
The cursed Chiefs themselves. They already win week 1 in Brazil, which is fitting. Week 2, they lose to the Eagles. Week 3, they win against the Giants.
Yep. Then they lose to the Ravens.
Lose to the Ravens. Win against the Jags. Lose to the
the
Lions.
Jags. Lose to the Lions. This is going to be a blowout. They're going to blow the doors off the Chiefs.
You know how much I'll be grinning when that happens.
I'm going to have them beat the Raiders.
Beat the Raiders.
Devil magic.
Beat the Commies because more devil magic.
Yep.
Cowboys will do the funniest thing ever, and it'll be like the one time I'll let them have something. And then the Raiders beat them week 18. Oh my god! I have the Chiefs going 8-9.
I have them going 10-7. I'm going to have the Raiders beat them as well in the last game of the season. It's just a fuck you to lose the division. They're going to beat the Cowboys.
How much I like that? You know how much I like that?
It's going to be a meaningless. It's going to be a meaningless game for the Raiders.
Depending on the Raiders, but because right now
it's going to drop the Chiefs from the 2 seed to the 6 seed. That's what I'm going to have. That's the storyline I'm going to have. Is going to have the Raiders give the biggest fuck you to the Chiefs.
I'll say, but right now the Raiders are 8-4 for me.
Raiders are 6-6.
All right. Well, speaking of the Raiders,
balanced.
All right. I got week 3. I got them losing to the Commies. I got them winning against the Bears.
I have screenshots inbound. Hold on.
Right.
I'm taking the time out of the podcast to do this just so everybody can see that I did it. So I don't have to do this. You don't have to be here again. Boom. There you go. All right. Raiders time.
Okay, so I got the Raiders losing to the Commies, but beating the Bears. Going.
Same.
And for whatever reason, the Giants steal one against the Raiders.
I'm going to have them beat the Cowboys.
And the Eagles also beat the Raiders.
I have them beat the Cowboys, lose to the Eagles, and beat the Giants.
Meaning the Raiders for me are 10-7. Your favorite record. Your favorite record.
Oh my god.
What'd you do?
My AFC West is cursed. I have the Chargers at 11-6, the Chiefs at 10-7, the Broncos at 9-8, and the Raiders at 9-8.
God damn.
Dude, what the fuck?
Well, for me, AFC West standings. Chargers are first at 11-6 with a 2-4 division record. The Raiders are 10-7 with a 4-2 division record. Third is the Chiefs with an 8-9 record, but an 8-9 overall, but a 4-2 division record. And last is the Broncos at 5-12 with a 2-4 division record.
So this is I have like the best storyline you could possibly have. All right, so the Chiefs are going to be the 6th seed.
Oh, you're
in my fucking predictions, right?
You're back, but your camera disappeared again.
But the Chiefs are going to lose to the Raiders in the last week. The Raiders are going to get to 9-8, miss out on the playoffs, but take their pound of flesh on the Chiefs and drop them from the 2 seed to the 6 seed. And the Raiders are going to go 9-8 and miss the playoffs at the 10 seed.
Oh, that hurts.
That means the Jaguars, the Raiders, and the Bengals are all going to lose lose out on the playoffs at 9-8 if my shit goes
all right. Well,
100%.
Speaking of playoffs, here's my seedings for the AFC. First, Buffalo, 14-3 record. It's 2 seed. Chargers, 11-6. 3rd seed Ravens at 10-7. 4th seed Titans at 9-8. 5th seed's the Raiders at 10-7. The 6th seed is the Bengals at 8-9, and the 7th seed are the Chiefs at 8-9. So the Chiefs still make the playoffs, just in the most cursed way possible.
Devil magic.
And the worst team in the conference for me is the Jets at 4-13. I almost said 14-3 again. But do you want to do the playoff for the AFC?
Not yet.
Okay. Then that'll be it for the record predictions then.
Real quick, my seeding. Bills 1,
your thing
Chargers 2,
again.
Texans 3, Steelers 4, Ravens 5, Chiefs 6, Broncos 7. The Broncos are the last team in again at 9-8.
Oh, Lord. All right, well...
Yeah, we could do a 1 week at the end that's just all of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, just predict the playoffs.
Well, that is it for our record predictions, and I think your guys are expecting. It is now time for the news. About that.
There's like no news.
Nothing. There's only 2 things I could think of. One, Aiden Hutchinson is cleared to play. He recovered fully from his broken leg, and he's good for the season.
Nice.
And the second one...
The most boring Stanley Cup ever?
No, I'm not thinking about the Stanley Cup. It is another championship, though.
The Pacers aren't in the finals yet.
They're not a... Wait, what?
The Knicks won last night.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
From an absolute... Dude, the Knicks showed up huge, bro. They played amazing.
Pacers, if you choke this, I will not forgive you.
Dude, Halliburton had 8 points. He had 32 points the previous game, and then he had 8.
But it's not so much as the championship game's now set. It's more of my team for the first time since 2012 with triple-double man and Kevin Durant. Finally, we're back.
I don't want to hear it. Finally, we're back. Bullshit. I'm a Hornets fan, dude. We haven't even
I will say
it.
finally we're back because we've had some hell years in the past couple of years. Like last year.
Hell? Do you know hell? Like a Hornets fan, SDS?
We lost to the
Grizzlies. We were the Bobcats at one point.
In 2022, we lost to the Grizzlies 140-something to 70.
We had the worst season of all time up until like last year.
Oh yeah, and the freaking Mavericks somehow got the lottery.
Yeah, and we haven't had the number 1 pick. We've been one of the worst teams in basketball for 10 straight years.
And OKC got robbed of a top 6 pick because guess who got it just within the top 6 to keep their draft pick? The 76ers. They just got 76ers. In. They robbed us of the pick.
76ers, they really need it though. They just need to blow.
They do not. They deserve it. They deserve everything.
They deserve their failure, but
they deserve their failure. They deserve every bit of it. Trusting freaking James Harden to carry them.
Okay, so James Harden was cooking on the Clippers in the playoffs this year. He was absolutely shredding. He was like
he's still a playoff joker.
Him and Kawhi.
Man,
this year though. This year he did not.
He disappears.
This year he did not.
He mostly disappears, and whenever he finally plays good, it's already too late. Man's the biggest fraud in the NBA. I'm sorry.
Not the biggest. Not the biggest. Well, there's bigger ones out there.
I know. Ben Simmons. I know that for sure.
Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid.
Kawhi. Hold on, who's the guy that was on the Maverick? Kyrie Irving. He's also a fraud, I think.
Okay, so he has some of the best playoff performances ever, and he's got one of the best. He's like one of the best dribblers.
Like,
so
it just reminds me of this one meme I had. Whenever
he's just annoying.
it was just
annoying.
It was just this one meme I had whenever the Mavericks made it to the finals and they were getting their asses handed to them by who was it? Golden State that they played last year. No, it wasn't Golden State. It was
Timberwolves.
the Timberwolves, not the Timberwolves. It was the finals.
Oh, fuck, Celtics.
Thank you. Whenever they were playing the Celtics and they were down like 2-0, I came across this meme on Facebook. It had the Serbian flop master himself with the caption of, "Hey, can I get a little help, guys? We're in the finals." Three of the guys who were on the starting rotation were like, "Wow, we're finally in the playoffs." Then there's Kyrie Irving in the corner with, "The world is flat and it's ran by Jews."
Yeah, so we live in a world SDS where the Rockets aren't the biggest frauds in the NBA.
Well, I mean, fraudulence followed James Harden, so.
Well, they lost to the Warriors.
But yeah, no, like I hate James Harden.
The Cavaliers.
I hate James Harden. I hate Kyrie Irving. I hate Luka. Like, I hate all three of them. I hate LeBron too, just because of how much he acts like he got hurt when he just gets rubbed on his leg.
Jay making me dislike him, dude.
Yeah, keep going with the free throw merchant thing. It's not going to keep happening because it's bullshit.
It's not.
He
literally averaged more free throws than any other player in the NBA this year.
That doesn't make him a free throw merchant.
Dude. Just
a free throw merchant is
hours of footage this year.
A free throw merchant is getting most of your points out of free throws.
The only free throw merchant that's worse is Joel Embiid, who literally ended someone's career to flop. Look that up, by the way. That actually happened.
Wait, what?
Jalen Green, I think his name, or Danny Green, or something like that. Long story short, Joel Embiid flopped and folded the dude's knee.
Oh.
And his career was ended. It was his teammate too. He flopped on his teammate and got him injured. He was never the same. He played like 6 games after he came back from injury and never played again. So because of Joel Embiid flopping, he ruined somebody's career. So, yeah, look that up. I'm not even joking about that.
I know you're not joking, but that's it. That's it for this episode. And hey, we actually got your audio recorded, so this will be good to go.
Yeah, if you like this episode of Battle of the Bay and you want to support us, leave a like, leave a comment. And yeah, that's a wrap. That's episode 33. And next week we're going to start with the NFC. I don't know if we'll start with the north-south or the east-west. Probably north-south.
Probably north-south.
Because they pertain to us as Bucks and Packers fans. But yeah, anyway, if you liked it, leave a like, and that's a wrap. Anything else to add?
We'll see you guys in episode 33. We'll see you. Or
peace.
Some kind of number. We'll figure it out.
All right, peace.